Hello, and welcome back to our Twine Peaks AFK Endurance build. We are nearly done now. We are on the Lava Amplifier down here next to the lava. What a clever name the community gave this amplifier. So this is my Amplifier H, second to last. We just have I over there in the other corner, which is the Devil Amplifier. Gonna have fun with that one. But at least this one's not too bad. So all the way down here at the center, at the bottom, is the Lava Amplifier. So for this one, we've just got one spawn because of the other amplifiers we have around it, stopping any other spawns, and that spawn is on the other side of this massive cliff, which, as you can see, gives us quite a lot of room to build some trap tunnels. So the spawns are in this area down here, most of the spawns, and then there is a little bit up here, so it's just spreading across this area. So what we can do is get these guys to join up here with these guys, and then send them down a main tunnel all the way to the amplifier. So the main part of this tunnel is going to be here. So we're going to bring them forward and drop them, but the only thing really getting to this point is going to be smashers or husky husks in the late waves. So what we're going to do is bring them up the paths next to it and block off the one here. Reason being is that then when they get to the top, we can put wall launchers to knock them back down the tunnels, whereas if we bring them up this center one, we can't, put a wall here because that will stop them from being able to progress towards the objective. So if we just block like that, that should be plenty enough. There is a lava bomb down there, obviously. You can see that. So as they come up, we can... Whoops, didn't mean to place that one. We can place traps around them like such. And then here, walls either side, then above. And we can do the same on the lower level. So like this. You could put walls here as well. Not overly necessary. We can't do too much with it. It's up to you, really, if you want to or not. But what we can do is place ceilings on these. And put ceiling electric fields to zap to the sides. And then if you want, you can place walls at the bottom of these. And put wall darts on them. Not overly necessary, and as I say, you can place walls here, especially to stop the enemies from trying to break in, but when they're not going to be able to get anywhere because we blocked it off so much, so that'll be plenty enough, just to show that the lava bomb doesn't break these walls, so they're good. Perfect. So, as with the other builds, like you can build ramps here if you want. I tend to not like it because I feel like it's something that future updates could really mess with me and mess up my designs, so I don't want to do that. So I'm going to not do that, basically. As we come up here, we can put ceilings on these top ones. There should be one over that as well. And like this. This will be a wall. And we can just block this off as well to stop them from, wanting to go there. If we block this off, we want to make sure that we fully stop them from getting through, and then as they drop down here, we can do a little bit more damage to them as well. Now, you can put more block-offs behind this to stop them once again, making sure you do the grid method where you place a wall on each place. You shouldn't need any more here behind it, but you can if you want, if you're paranoid. Just make sure the cones are facing, like the tip is facing towards the spawns. But any more than this would be overkill. There's no need to do any more than that. Now, as I said, there is a spawn up here as well. Right about where that lava bomb is, actually, which spreads, across this area. So we're going to bring them into these tunnels. So we need to block off this. And then, obviously, we're going to need a bit more than that. So if we face these cones again towards where they're going to be spawning, get the grid method going, as we have previously done. Now again here you can place more behind it if you need, but you shouldn't really need any more blocking than this. This should be plenty, but if you are paranoid, you can place another one behind in this area here, or if you notice them trying to break through these walls, feel free to do that. You get a ceiling over this area. Now you can't go too far out, obviously, because of the lava bomb. So it's up to you how far out you do want to go. and some of these walls may get destroyed by the spawns. It is pretty much random chance, as we've seen in Stonewood with the gameplay there. It is fairly unlucky for you to get a bunch of them breaking early on, but gradually they probably will as the tendrils spawn in random places. Now, there's not really much more you can do here. You can add floors. I'd probably advise just placing one here. You can attempt to put a wall here and have broadsides, but I think that one especially will get broken by the spawns. So we're going to leave that, and that will be that. So, now that we've got that going, we can get a bit more of a sort of lobber shield. So this bit should be enough to stop this spawn. You know, any lobbers here, but if you do notice any, you can just put an extra layer here, like so. And that should be enough, but I don't think you'd need that, but we can leave it on for now, if you are paranoid. Then the main spawn down here, if you'd rather, instead of putting ceilings on these, you can instead carry these ceilings forward, like this. No need to place it over this one, because obviously we're not having enemies come up there. If you do notice them trying to get an angle from there, for example, feel free to fill it in, but we shouldn't need it. We're just going to cover the bottom bit down here and maybe one more further back. Not that one, because that's you know, there's a hill here, so we're not going to be doing any damage with that. If you have low durability traps, you know, low damage, low perks, for example, you might want to go another one out here. You don't need that for lobber shield, but it would just be more damage with traps, but I'm going to leave it like this. I don't think it necessary. You could also go out wider here for these two spots, but you shouldn't need it. But we can place it for the lobbers anyway, and we'll probably end up putting traps on it anyway, just for the sake of it. But yeah, that'll be plenty to block that sort of stuff. Then, as I say, it's going to be like smashers at this point. That's going to make it here. But all we're going to do is just funnel them through like this. We can put wall darts on that back wall, but obviously we can't place another floor because they need to fall here. So we're going to allow them to fall, build another catching thing here. We can't build a ceiling over this because they need to be able to fall into this box. So if we just build another wall there, we can then build a ceiling off of that. Do the same thing, and then they will land here. And you can just do a last bit of damage there if you should require, and another ceiling as well if you need. At this point, you really shouldn't need anything because, as I say, it'll just be smashers. So you can get rid of the end of this tunnel if you really want. You shouldn't need it. But if you want to keep it in, that's also fine. It's not that many structures, but if you do need structures back, you know, this is one of the places you to come to first, as well as the other ones I mentioned in the other videos. Now, should you get any force through the sides of these, you know, suggesting that there's not enough block-offs because they do update the game, change the AI, that sort of thing, just add block-offs like, say, you know, a wall here like this, and the other side like so. That will be an extra deterrence to stop them from wanting to come through. I mean, you can leave it in now if you want, if you have enough structures. I'll leave it in, you know, just to show that that voice break, just to show that it is a positive thing. But you shouldn't need it unless, as I say, they update the AI and that changes. Now all we've got left is the smasher bait and switch. So there's a few places you can do this. Obviously, in the past, we've brought them over lava like this and knocked them in with light traps. The only problem is we're really close to the lava now, and it can damage your structures. I think I just heard the sound. You can see all the cinders coming up. It can damage it. So what we can do is potentially use one of these geysers. But as you notice here, there is a lava bomb here, so we're going to avoid using this one. Just to show you what the geyser does in case you never actually use them. But there is one here as well. So what we can do is if we start our bait and switch here, like so, perfectly demonstrated by our Norman Reedus himself, they will get flown up, and then we'll just go straight towards the amplifier from here. I know it's a bit unorthodox because we usually build it on the corner, but as I say, if we're going close to the lava, that might burn it, and there's no point like zigzagging back to the left to bring it to the corner. We can just build it here like this. Same sort of design where we build to the opposite side to make... Ooh, fell onto the amplifier again. Where we make these smashers think that we have, you know, a super duper powerful protection over the amplifier, when in reality it's not stopping anything from getting in. But the smashers are stupid, and we're going to take advantage of that. So same build as all the other ones. This is a bit different, obviously, as it is not in the corners, but these thin pillars always connect to the floor that we place. So now that we've got that, we obviously need to angle them to make them fly over there into the lava. So if we go up a bit, probably just go up here and then do this. Oh, if we place a wall there, and then we can get, yeah, it's already built like that. If we do that, now we have it built like that. If we walk over it like the smashers would, bang, we get sent. It's a bit more annoying because they can obviously come into this bit as opposed to the lava. It doesn't matter because the lava doesn't kill them anymore anyway. If they land here, they'll just end up walking around a long path somewhere to get all the way back up to the top. Not overly important. If you did truly want to only send them into the lava, what you can do is just edit this like so. And then if we walk up again, bang, we're in the lava. But you may notice it didn't send me quite as far, so they might land here, in which case they're still close to it. So what I'm going to do, and what I recommend to you, is to just do a standard ramp. Perfect. This is a bit more efficient as well, because we don't need to use any light traps, so it uses slightly fewer structures. Beautiful stuff. You might, obviously, as usual, get stuff trying to break these stairs, but this is where they get pushed, so I'm not worried about them breaking it, and you shouldn't be either. Now, the only thing left to build is there is a tunnel, which you may have seen down there, but the entrance to it is all the way over here. Now, we have a spawn here, and this tunnel leads down to the amplifier. So what I've done in the past is blocked this in my SSD videos back in the day, all those years ago when I was just a child. But that actually, when you do endurance and higher, level SSDs, it ends up making smashers charge them and mini bosses dealing with it, and even flingers can sometimes go to break them. So instead of blocking it, we'll just make some tunnels down here. So where we have a turn here, we'll just build a nice cheeky Tetris zigzag like this. Don't need too much because they're quite easy to kill, and we're not aiming to kill smashers in here, right? We're just damaging and killing the flingers, and the smashers we don't care if they go through because they'll get flinged by our bait and switch. That's a bit of an issue, I just realised. But I don't think you should need a flinger shield here anyway. As I said when I built it, it's not overly necessary, we just need this bit. But if you do see them flinging from here, if they do update the AI or whatever, just build higher up and then build the shield over it 3 blocks up so the lava can't break it. Perfect. So that's all your structures built. We can level this stuff up and then start placing our traps. Thank you so much for watching to this point. If you are enjoying the video, please do let me know in the comments. But also, I am on the Supporter Creator program, so if you could please use my code CAMBYG, and be sure to subscribe as well to get all future videos. Thank you so much. The anti-air trap 1 range on there for durability. Ceiling drop trap, so we're going for a crit build on this one as well. Ceiling electric field, we're going for a crit build once again, you know it. Floor freeze trap, so for this one we've got 2 impact and knockback. Floor launcher, so for whacking all the impact and knockback on there. Tar pit trap, so for this one I like to go for full durability. Wall darts, another crit build, another all-rounder build. The wall dynamo trap, so for this one I've gone for energy. Wall launcher, so for this one we've got 3 impact and knockback. Wall lights, so another 3 impact, 2 reload speed. Wall spikes here, we've gone for crit build, so 2 crit rating, 2 crit damage. Wooden floor spikes, so crit build on this one, that's pretty much. Alrighty, now that you got that leveled up, we can go ahead and put our traps down. Something I did want to show a bit more closely because I didn't really specify when I placed it. Just to be clear, this is 1 below the top of this wall here. the ramp that we've placed to move the husks, well, smashers and mini bosses. Just wanted to point that out. So for the traps, I'm going to start in this tunnel over here because I just know I'm going to forget about it if I don't. For the floors, you can do what you like, really. It doesn't matter too much. For the floors, I'm going to do 2 spikes and then 2 freeze at the end. For the ceilings, I'm going to go pure damage with the gas traps. On the walls, for these 2 here that are looking at each other, we're going to do broadsides and these ones because that is just the most damage you're going to be able to do there. Efficiency is key. Right, let's get our darts. So here, and then I'll do it for that area. If you do notice, anything making it through here, just add more traps, but that should be absolutely plenty for flingers and lobbers. They aren't very difficult to deal with. Right, over here, we're going to go for broadside, as that's facing this wall. And then on all the other ones, we will just do darts. In fact, we should probably do wall spikes for these, the healing wall spikes, just to be on the safe side, as it can heal them. Wall darts would be nice, to deal damage in the spawn area, but it's better to be safe than sorry. For those, we will do spikes. On these ones at the top, we're going to do freeze, to stop the enemies in the tracks, and then the wall launcher can fling them back down. Here, it's dealer's choice, really. Either the spikes, freeze, or tar pit trap will be effective here. What I'm going to go for is tar pit, just to freeze stuff in place, and then actually throughout the whole thing down here, I'm going to use tar pit traps. For the ceiling up here, the ones that are in the corners, we're going to use ceiling electric field. So ones where they might not necessarily walk through. And then once they're here, we will go for gas traps. For these ones, we'll do gas as well. But then as they come up the ramp, we want to do the tire drop traps, because this will knock them back down the ramp, which is perfect. You can do tire drop trap here as well, to sort of nudge them and then knock them down. That is perfectly reasonable if you want to do that. That's up to you. Wall launcher on that, and I've just realised I placed wall spikes on that, but we want a wall launcher on that one. Apologies for that. I was getting a bit too keen with the wall spikes. As we come up these ramps, we're going to do broadsides on the high walls. And we'll just replicate this at this side. Then on the ones that are inside the floors here, we'll do a stun at one side. It's probably not going to let me place it down first time, though. That's not a stun. If I can actually get the right trap. Yeah, it's not going to let us straight away, so we'll just do that. And then it will. And then this one, we'll do broadside. I guess when you place yours, you'll have to just either break the walls like I am. Another voice break. You'll have to either break the walls like I am, place them down, or just place it when you do place the walls. But I appreciate in my tutorial videos, what's the word? I do it in stages where I do the building first and then the traps. We're going to get wall darts to shoot stuff as it comes up. I'm just going to level up these walls I had to place after the fact so that I can pick my metal back up as we go. At the bottom, wall darts on these. And then while we're down here, we can do the ceiling drop traps like so. I'm not going to speed this up because it's not too many. Just going to try place them relatively quickly, although I am pretty failing here. Just as always, make sure you're facing up, towards the amplifier as you place these to knock the enemies back out into spawn. That should be all of the traps, I believe, for this area. We've just got these walls here. We will do wall darts. On this one, wall darts, and then at the back, wall darts. Gonna finally level these up. And that should be all the traps here. So, once they get into this area where they drop down, we can do a nice tire drop trap to sort of stagger them backwards even more. On the sides, you can you can leave them without traps if you want. It's not overly necessary to place them. I'm going to do broadsides. The reason being is as they step through, they will trigger them. It might not hit them at first, but the cannons will bounce back and forward all the way down and damage at the bottom. So as I said, you can do without the wall traps there if you want. It is up to you. And then at the back here, we're going to do wall darts as well as on that wall there, if I could just about reach. Then for the ceilings, I'm going to go for gas on this one and then another higher drop trap there. We've got the floor placed already. You could add walls here to do broadsides if you want, but I'm going to save the structures. As I say, it's just going to be smashes at this point. You can do darts on that if you want, but I'm going to leave that without. And then once we're down here, we'll do darts at the front and back with broadsides at the sides. Another tire drop there. A tar pit on the floor. And then once we're in the bottom, 2 tar pits, broadsides at either side. Wall darts at the back. I mean, again, you can skip this stuff if you want, including this last, area here. You can get rid of it. Reason being is because we're only really killing smashers with this, bottom set of the trap tunnel. And we've built this, bait and switch to deal with those. So if you want to save the traps, you can do. Or if you want to place them all in, that's also perfectly fine. Well, there you go. That's your traps. All the traps done. And we are dusted. Beautiful stuff. Not too much to use on this one. It's a nice build, a nice, refreshing, simple build. That's quite rare in Twine. So thank you so much for watching. Please do engage with the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you would. If it has, been useful for you. If not, obviously let me know why. But please do support where you can if you are willing to. But I will see you in the next video anyway, and thank you so much again for watching.